Driven to Distraction: Recognizing and Coping with Attention Deficit Disorder from Childhood Through Adulthood, by Edward M. Hallowell, M.D., and John J. Ratey, M.D. Here's Dr. Hallowell.
I have attention deficit disorder, more commonly known as ADD. I discovered I had ADD when I was 31 years old, near the end of my training in child psychiatry at the Massachusetts Mental Health Center in Boston. As my teacher in neuropsychiatry began to describe ADD in a series of morning lectures during a steamy Boston summer, I had one of the great aha experiences of my life. There are some children, she said, who chronically daydream. They are often very bright, but they have trouble attending to any one topic for very long. They are full of energy and have trouble staying put. They can be quite impulsive in saying or doing whatever comes to mind, and they find distractions impossible to resist. So there's a name for what I am, I thought to myself with relief and mounting excitement. There's a term for it, a diagnosis, an actual condition, when all along I'd thought I was just slightly lost. I felt as if a boulder had been lifted from my back. I wasn't all the names I'd been called in grade school, a daydreamer, disorganized, an underachiever. And I didn't have some repressed unconscious conflict that made me impatient and action-oriented. What I had was an inherited neurological syndrome characterized by easy distractibility, low tolerance for frustration or boredom, a greater-than-average tendency to say or do whatever came to mind, called impulsivity in the diagnostic manual, and a predilection for situations of high intensity. Most of all, I had a name for the overflow of energy I so often felt, the highly charged, psyched-up feeling that infused many of my waking hours in both formative and frustrating ways. I don't like the term attention deficit disorder, although it sure beats its predecessor, minimal brain dysfunction. Technically, the correct current diagnostic label is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, which incorporates the symptom of hyperactivity into the diagnosis. It is an imperfect label for several reasons. The syndrome is not one of attention deficit, but of attention inconsistency. Most of us with ADD can in fact hyperfocus at times. Hyperactivity may or may not.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?